Root chakra, first and foremost, groundedness, birth, ancestral, and connection to physical. From the Green Witch's Oracle deck, we have the chamomile card, gentleness, relaxation, and sleep. Some chamomile tea would most likely help. Pertaining to the root chakra, it does create relaxation, groundedness, a feeling of just being in the present moment. From the colors of the card, being with like different types of blues and black, may need to just come down from the higher chakras, so to speak, and ground before doing any type of spiritual work that requires the higher chakras. The Rosemary card is remembrance, loyalty, and faithfulness. On the card, there's browns, blacks, greens, and hints of red and yellow. Again, just pertaining to the root chakra, remembering who you are and where you come from, and any beliefs or systems you know or believe in. Maybe search for guidance within that, within your community, within your belief or within the spirit. And loyalty. So maybe ask your family, people within your family trees, anyone you can talk to, anyone you can relate to. If you find that doesn't work, seek guidance, seek counseling. There are spiritualists that are counselors, as well as like mental health clinics and therapists, and they shouldn't turn you away if there are any differences in beliefs and or spirit practices. We have the Crystal Ball Oracle deck. Any questions related to the root chakra, some of those questions may be a yes. And the card is holding a quartz crystal with the moon, crescent moon, and stars in the background, with black and blue. Again, clean, clear, and cleanse, and ground. Ground all of your energy. Don't reside within like the higher chakras too long. Remain present in the moment. Use crystals for protection. There's black ones that provide protections, as well as clear and or white ones. So black protects in a way that clear or white does, but differently. So black protects by concealing, while white and clear colored crystals, they protect by repelling or like reflecting, like brightness. Like think of it as black conceals, white repels. The Golden Mantras Affirmation deck card is number 49 card. It says, I need not look further than myself. All that I seek resides within me. Now, the number 4 can mean like the 4 pillars, like structure, foundation, such as like a house. You need foundation to build. Number 9 can be considered like endings of cycles into new beginnings, because the next number after is 10. However, some consider that when you take away the 0, it's 1. So 1 plus 0 would be 1 again in itself. So to start over, a beginning of another cycle coming shortly. Now when you add the 4 and 9, it becomes 13. Now for some people's faiths and religious beliefs and spirit, it's an unlucky number. While for those that have different beliefs, And scientifically speaking, and through my own research, I found that the number 13 is actually lucky for melanated peoples, especially the so-called melanated, copper-skinned, and or what people would say black peoples. When broken down from 1 plus 3, you get the number 2, which is duo, duals, and duals, like the duality, but also duals, like opposites, colliding, attracting, or complementing each other. Partnerships, balancing, even outside of partnerships, outside of yourself, could be you just have to balance a lot of your own energies within, inner versus outer environment, micro, macro, micro, cosmic dealings and events. Letters I pulled associated with the root chakra reading, the letters H, P, K, O, and M, and another letter K. Word mash that up. You might get some spellings out of it, or maybe 1 or 2 letters may make you think of something that corresponds with you and only you. The numbers that I pulled were 1, 8, 0, 7, and 2, 9, and another 9. Again, those numbers, mix them and match them, or, they might resonate with you in some way. Number 1 is like firsts, like the root chakra. Number 8 can mean infinity and cycles and loops. You may need to look at some of your own cycles and patterns and things. Also could mean abundance coming. So maybe having some healthy cycles when it pertains to looping and cycling. You want those to be, you don't want those to be to your detriment. 0 is, again, like another form of cycling. Some beliefs would say the Ouroboros. Others would say like the cosmic egg. Before the first or the 1, there was, the beginning before 1. Which is like the cosmic, the unknown. 7 could be considered a lucky number. A lot of people consider 7 a lucky number. And there is number 2 number, which I did discuss with the affirmation deck card. And I also did run by number 9, ending of cycles, going into a new, perhaps, and just reflecting on things that are coming to a conclusion and things that may be looping, that you may want to reflect on to see if that's something you want to continue into your new cycles. And it all has to do pertaining to the root chakra. So think of firsts and foremosts, prioritize, think of where you came from, your ancestry, your birthrights, your connection to the planet, to the land, to your family, and to yourself. And, prioritize And if it's not, a solid yes, then maybe you need to reflect on it. Anything associated with the root chakra or anything in this reading. Maybe some cycles are coming to a close, and maybe you need to say yes to closing out cycles, especially if they're going to be detrimental to you in the long term. So think short term, mid-term, and long term when it comes to things. And a lot of people may be stepping into their firsts, like maybe a business or venturing out somewhere on their own, traveling, anything that you would consider that would give you butterflies in your stomach is something to look out for. Like maybe this is new to you, or a beginning, unknown territory, or uncharted things of that nature. Uncharted reminds me of the video game Uncharted and the movie Uncharted, where you don't know what is coming, you don't know where you're going, maybe, or you don't know what's ahead of you. So just be mindful, and don't forget home. Don't forget who you are or where you came from. Don't forget those that help you, and maybe vice versa as well. Yeah, and don't let others forget you. You don't forget them, because partnerships are important. Instead of dueling, maybe balance, and instead of saying opposing or opposites, maybe reword certain things in the vocabulary, like the complement, and duality instead of dueling, and like dynamic duos instead of the battle of the opposites. So that's what I have for the reading for the root chakra. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, but the correct term to say root chakra is Muladhara. I'll have to look up the actual pronunciation of certain things. But yeah, I hope this helped. If there's any comments or questions, or I didn't go over card completely or well enough, it's okay to leave comments and let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.